We're back. Sorry.
Yeah. Welcome. We took a 2-week break, and now we are back. The 2-week break, we decided that since our goal was to set up the LLC and the
account and get everything up and running.
Yeah. We wanted to get that all sorted before coming back to this, just so everything's all set. We feel like, recording might have been just...
At least for me, I felt like, just telling y'all every single week, hold on, it's almost here. Oh, hold on. I'll just wait till we actually have it. And we just show it off.
So if anybody has been following us at this point, has been wondering where we were for the last couple of weeks, we didn't disappear. We didn't give up. We were just waiting for things to happen. And so the thing is, just to give you... if anybody's ever thinking about doing it this way, it does take some time. So what we did was, we both trade separately. Like Adam has his crypto, I have my Robinhood account for just regular stocks. But we wanted to get together and start investing together. So we went the route of creating our own LLC and creating an investment company. So that was step number 1.
Yep.
File for an LLC. Step number 2 was to open a business account for that LLC. And that's always good practice. Everybody... It seems like everybody suggests it. It doesn't look to be a requirement, but if anything happens to your LLC and it's attached to your personal bank account, then your personal bank account is going to get hit. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's just a safer way just to keep
right.
Keep everything separate, right?
Right. Yeah. And that's what I've done in the past. I have things I do, personally, and then I have my personal bank account, and then I have things for my LLC, and I have my LLC account.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like it's 2 different people, and it's the 3 of us plus now the LLC. So it's
who's the third person? Who's the third person?
Well, between the 3 of us, it's you, me, and then the LLC. It's its own.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
because now we pay our own personal tax, and that LLC needs to also pay taxes.
Yeah.
So, so that was step 1 and 2. Create, file for an LLC, then create a bank account. Those are relatively easy. Now, Robinhood at this point in time doesn't allow a brokerage account for an LLC, so we had to find something else, and we went with TD Ameritrade, mostly because I had TD Ameritrade way back. The thing with LLC accounts is that you can't just open one on online like you can for a personal account. There's some paperwork that you need to send in. It needs to be revised and then approved, and then they create you an account, and then you can go through the thing. After all that's done, it seems like trading would be as if you were trading normally, but the whole process takes a while because it does. You have to fill out the paperwork, and you have to send it by mail.
Yeah.
Like
no. Well, at least for the last part, step 3, making the account on TD Ameritrade itself, I think that took the longest.
Yes, most definitely.
Because that took 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
And then in TD Ameritrade's defense, part of that 2 weeks was Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it took a few days for the paperwork to get there.
Nebraska,
yeah.
Nebraska.
They got it. And apparently it was missing our operating agreement, so that took a couple of extra days. I don't know whose fault that was because I never saw anything that asked like, hey, we need your operating agreement. But we got all that signed, saved, and then luckily when you call TD Ameritrade, and we're not sponsored by them.
Not sponsored.
Yeah. But when you call them, you get to talk to an actual person, and they are every time I've called them, they have been incredibly helpful. You know, the first time I called, I told the nice woman on the other end, like, hey, you know, I don't want to send anything else by mail. Is there any other options? She gave me this link to a secure email terminal. So that's where we send in the operating agreement. Now, there was, I guess, you know, somebody dropped the ball in between, because I sent in the operating agreement. I waited a couple days, and then I called back. And then the person that I spoke to then couldn't find that operating agreement. So he asked me to send it again. And so I did. And then, like, the next Monday, I called back, and they're like, yes, we received it this time. And then it had to be revised and then approved, and then they needed to create the account. And that whole process took about a week. And I finally got our like username and login last Friday. And then not yesterday. We're recording this on a Saturday. We got our username and password.
Our credentials.
Last week. It was a Friday. Actually, as soon as I logged in, I linked our bank account.
That was like that took that like final 2 days. We actually theoretically could have recorded last week, but the money just wasn't there yet.
Exactly.
Because we're waiting for the wire transfer.
Exactly. Yeah. And so linking the bank account to the brokerage account is a big thing, because you know, you don't want to wait days for like a wire transfer, or you don't want to mail a check in to have funds ready to trade. When you link your bank account to your brokerage account, you can immediately transfer in money and start trading with that money. So that was really important. So that did take a couple of days. You know, I started the process like Thursday, Friday, and then the next Monday, it was all completely set up. And then it was Monday the 30th of November. Now, if anybody's trading, has been trading, you know, up to this week, you know that this week is the beginning of this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, Monday and Tuesday was really bad for EV stocks. Wednesday it started to climb right back up, start to recover a little bit. So we wanted to wait. Like, even though we had money in our account on Monday, we wanted to wait a little bit and see what the stock market is going to do instead of immediately buying stocks. And I think that was a good play, because if we bought stocks as soon as we had money ready,
we'd be down.
We'd be down because
we'd
be down because we would have bought Monday. The market would have gone down Tuesday, and then only started to recover. So we bought stocks. I believe it was Thursday because I was in the office, and then
I thought it was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday.
No, it was Thursday, because the only reason we did it was because I was in the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so we finally bought stocks Thursday when everything was recovering. And if you look on this screen right here, it's our TD Ameritrade account. Oop.
We're up 1.2%. Yay!
We made $12 this week, gentlemen.
Yeah.
In 2 days, we made $12. But now you can see here we have
3 stocks.
Yeah, we have 3 stocks. But I wanted to say, you know, if you didn't hear from before, we did have when we created the bank account, we deposited $1,000 in it immediately, and we wanted to use that $1,000 here. So we're starting with $1,000, and with that $1,000, we bought 3 stocks.
Yep. I do want to explain though that it's just like not all of this $1,000 is in yet, because when I was buying HPB, I bought 100 shares, and then you told me to buy. Actually, we should buy 5 more shares of Switchback, and I'm like, I already bought it, so I had to sell it. And so like there's about $190 still just like sitting there that we're just waiting, and that finally, that's the thing I didn't realize, that like after you sell, it takes 2 days for the funds to clear through, so you can't.
At least that's what it looks like. That's what.
Well, I mean, like that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
And so we can't we can't like trade very quickly, right? So we have to
Yeah.
take that into account. So yeah, we do intend on buying 5 more shares of SBE with that money. But yeah, that's just a whole disclaimer.
Because if you do the math, you'll find that that's
it's
not,
about $800.
It's not a full 1,000. That's because we do, like he said, we have about $190 left that we intend to buy more SBE shares with, but didn't get a chance that Thursday.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, it could end up that we see another stock that looks really good and we buy a couple more of those. We want to stay diversified, but
not too diversified.
I know only having 3 stocks, if the market goes one way or the other, it's gonna really dramatically change it. But I feel better that we're diversified in the type of stocks that we have. So if you look here, the first stock that we have 20 shares of CCL. CCL is Carnival Cruise, Carnival Corp, but it's Carnival Cruises, the cruises. If you look at this graph, it looks really healthy. I'm on the 30-minute right now, so this last jump was back in November 20th.
We bought like right there, right?
We bought up here, but if you look at this graph, it is really healthy. It might go down just a little bit more before popping up, but we're okay with that.
Yeah.
If you look at the bigger picture,
it's definitely on an uptrend.
Yeah. If you look at the bigger picture here, like, this is cruise. This is where
that's where COVID hit, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna scoot this over. This is where COVID hit, and now it's coming back up. Now, our plan is to catch basically this up to
37.
Yeah,
Like
right around there, because don't follow these lines. These are not TA lines. I'm just trying to show like what it's looking like. You know what I mean? So this is pre-COVID, and then this is now, right? And so I do feel like this is at least gonna touch up to this line, if not surpass it, and then use this some more as
a new support.
As the new support. Now, don't look at those lines. Those are very roughly drawn. They are meant to be TA lines, but the Carnival Corp, Carnival Cruises is the first stock on that list. It's a travel stock. We feel like, a vaccine has been announced.
They're gonna roll it out early next year.
Yeah, early next year. It's still gonna take a few months, but the stock market always seems like it looks into the future. You know what I mean? People buy in anticipation of an event that's happening. So this whole year, this entire year since March, right? And I mean, to be honest, if the vaccine isn't rolled out to like March, April, maybe even May, we're gonna have been quarantined and cooped up in our homes for
a year
or more, right? Yeah. And so I feel like people are I'm antsy. I'm a little bit I have a little bit of cabin fever, and like cruises, travel to different countries, just going to Disney World, going to theme parks. I think that's gonna
it's just gonna explode once we can get out of our houses again.
Yeah. I think we're all humans, and humans, we like human contact. We like going to even if you're an introvert like myself, you still like to see at least one other person or 2 other people. You know what I mean? And if you're an extrovert, you want to be like a party. You want to go to concerts. You want to go to
restaurants.
Yeah. So once this whole thing clears, and Biden's getting what was it called on the 20th?
Inaugurated
on the 20th. He's had a whole team going on. I think not to get political, but I think as far as COVID goes, under Biden, things are gonna start to recover, or things are gonna start to get moving. So I think travel is one of the things that's gonna go up. And we both agree on that.
Yep, fair analysis. I mean, I don't have anything to add, man. You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, yeah.
If you look on to the right here, you will see we also have Delta. We're looking at Delta. That looks really good. And we also have American Airlines, which is okay. I mean, to be honest, I never really like American Airlines anyway. I much rather fly Delta
what about like
Southwest.
Southwestern or something? Yeah.
Is Southwestern on it? I thought I put it on there.
Is it like SWE?
Southwest Airlines,
LUV.
right? LUV, love.
That's a little too expensive for us, though.
That's a little pricey for us now, but as you can see, Southwestern is going up also. I also have Royal.
Oh, Royal Caribbean?
Yeah, Royal Caribbean cruises. That is a little way out of our price range. That's why we went with Caribbean, which is $20. Yeah. And so that's stock number one. Going back to this page, that's Carnival Cruises.
Yep.
Stock number two, HBP. Is this guy, and I put HBP on there because I chose HBP because it's one of the cheaper stocks, so you could buy quite a bit of it.
That's like the same strategy I use in like crypto. Like when I was first starting out, I would just buy a bunch of really cheap stuff.
Yeah.
And then when it moves up, and you make a lot of money.
Yeah, because the percentage in growth, you'll be able to make more if you're able to have more stocks in it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So HVP is the Hutting Buildings project. Now, full disclaimer, I still need to do more research into this, but I have been watching it. If we go back to the 30-minute here, I heard about it back right here when it was around $2, and it was just going sideways, and I almost bought into it. I thought this last jump was kind of like its last jump, and so I was gonna buy some stocks, and I should have because of its next jump. Now it's kind of on an uptrend.
Yeah.
Which to be honest, that worries me a little bit.
Why?
Because it's on what is it? You call this a bear flag, right? This kind of shape. This is not a bear flag.
I mean, I just see it like how can you tell a bull flag from a bear flag, right? Because this is a bull flag.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Then this looks like a bull flag too.
Well, this bit right here, right?
Yeah.
Is what you're talking about. That looks like a bull flag.
I know, but like it goes back up again. And it's just kind of. Oh, I mean, it did have that dip, but then.
Yeah. So I mean, like, just to make shapes here. So, yeah, I would say this would be the bear flag. I mean, a bull flag. But this.
Oh, it's like upside down.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this, this worries me a little bit. I'm gonna watch this really closely in the next couple of weeks. If it touches this, let's zoom in all the way in. Oh, that's really messy. Load up. Okay. So, we got a high here. Jeez, this is messy. We got a high here, which it looks like it touched here, fell back down. It broke that, went back up, and now it's on the way back up.
So I'll probably test that and then.
Yeah, I'll probably test it again.
And then go down.
If it doesn't break this, I might put a stop loss.
At the top.
Yeah. If it keeps climbing, and it looks pretty good because you see that yellow line. It broke the. It closed above all the daily. I mean what's this, monthly? Yeah, I think that's monthly. Blue is monthly. Yellow is daily, red is weekly, I think.
Okay, so the daily closed above the monthly and the...
Yeah. So this is really promising for next week. But if it goes up this high, if it goes up to 383, and doesn't break it, I might put a stop loss.
Do you want to put that stop loss in right now, just so we don't have to think about it? Or
yes, so not during this recording, but yes, during the after. We'll put so for Monday, our plan is to put more orders in for switchback, and we'll put a stop loss for Hutting. But now,
so what do these guys do again specifically?
Oh, they I was gonna say they make building materials. They lumber.
Lumber.
Yeah, they're wholesale distributors of building materials for homes and offices, basically.
Okay.
So HBP Hutting Building Projects, as we see, like, so the big thing during COVID, and you know a little bit about this, is since there was no labor for construction and no building materials for construction.
Well, at least in actually no, you can finish it.
The building projects kind of stalled out.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, at least in Austin, right? Like, because at least I guess for the entire country, like, is it called First Builder or something? Like, they control a lot of the lumber supply, and then there's an actual labor shortage of, like, not enough people are entering, like, construction, right? No young people want to go into construction, right?
That's been a long thing.
Yeah. I know, but that long-term trend is really catching up to us now.
Yeah.
And then so there's, like, supply shortage, and at least for Austin, right? There's a lot of increasing demand, which is just driving everything up.
But
and then so I guess, like, these guys, but they wholesale it, so they're not really producing the lumber.
No, they're not producing the lumber. They sell it. Yeah.
So.
But
what? Okay. Do you want to get into, like, a huge tangent right now?
Sure. What time are we at?
What time?
We're at 20 minutes.
No, just because, like, we're just talking about, like, buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I met some people at, like, my company and everything like that. They introduced me to this concept called, like, earth architecture.
Ooh, interesting.
And yeah, just, like, Google it right now. Right?
Is it what I'm thinking of? Is it like Hobbit homes?
Kind of, but I mean, it's just, like, I'm just thinking about it, right? Because, like, since COVID's, like, changing up the way everything does, and then, like, and especially in the futures, right? We're all gonna move towards, like, sustainable stuff and everything like that.
Is it this book?
Or no, not the book, I guess, but just, like,
I mean, that's what I would have Googled.
Like, images of, like, yeah, I guess maybe it would be, like, underground homes or something like that, but
these look really nice. I'm really into this.
But yeah, like homes might look like this in the future or something like that, where it's just very all sustainable, like, within, like, the earth, and, like, the material is, like, they actually use, like mud bricks and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like almost like back to Adobe homes kind of thing.
Yeah. Back to the old days, right? Like,
yeah. Let's go to
and so what I was thinking is just, like, just because we're all go more into, like, all that sustainability stuff. It's just, like, if we can find any companies that, like, do this earth architecture stuff, that might be an interesting long-term play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm into this. To be honest, me personally, I can never see myself in a house, like, living long term in a suburban house. I'm into, like, tiny homes. I'm into the van living, this type of architecture, kind of, like, outside. I want to buy just, like, miscellaneous plots of land everywhere and just, like, build. Well, I want to build, like, tiny homes on each of them and kind of just move around in between.
Maybe it is a book, because, like, the guy who's talking about, like, this guy, he just goes basically around the world just teaching, like, classes on, like, how to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just thinking, it's just, like, because, like, if housing.
I mean,
like,
Yeah, and you know, like the you know, houses made of clay, and especially houses with a garden on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps the building itself cooler. You know?
Yeah, because the sun's not beating down on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
The sun is being absorbed by the grass and the plants that is being is planted. And I'm talking about like if you build like a rectangular home and the entire roof is just grass and just like plants, right? The sun is being absorbed by those plants, and the soil underneath it is just cool, so it keeps the building cooler. So like having a mixture of that and then solar panels everywhere, not everywhere, but in some places, could really help out a structure. I feel I'm no architecture, but also like instead of having these suburban neighborhoods where it's just like, you know, paved driveways and concrete and just brick homes,
and every house looks identical.
And every house looks the same. If you have like a neighborhood of, you know, there was nicer ones on Google. Pinterest is kind of letting me down. Pinterest.
Yeah. Here, go back to Google. Maybe hold on. Maybe we should check out the book or like the website. There maybe there's a website for the guy.
Like if you had homes that look like, you know, something like that, that's a bit, you know, with those right angles.
Go. Actually, just go back to the. Go back.
It's working.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Eartharchitecture.org. Let's see.
So. That looks like a silo, but.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Or go. They have like locations. Go up.
Locations.
There you go. United States.
Let's see.
Let's see what they have. Mud Frontiers.
Yeah. See, I mean that's a really nice home, but
Yeah.
you know that's not cheap at all. What is that, a home or is it like a hall?
It's a barn.
Yeah. Yeah. I am kind of a fan of these you know, really square buildings, but I also like the really dome ones also, right? And if you have you know, like a grass roof and stuff like that, I feel like the neighborhood will look really nice. These looks like really expensive homes, but
yeah,
if we had,
I'm just like trying to find it because like I remember seeing like pictures of it and stuff like that, and like it was more. I don't know. It wasn't as like. This is like so. Oh no, I wasn't looking in the U.S. I was looking at like places like Turkey and like Morocco because like there are like villages in Turkey that like there's a village in Turkey that's like built into like a cliff or like a hill or something like that, and it's like yeah.
See, that's all cool, and that's a very suburban like, but it still looks. That's homes that I would expect in like Arizona, Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not here in Austin, which is a little bit of a shame.
Well, I mean, like maybe like this is ideally for like Arizona and Utah because like the soil here in Austin is really rocky, right? You can't really dig a lot.
Yeah. And you can't really make. Yeah, it's like you go down 10 inches and you hit just rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, tangent over.
Tangent over. But housing. We feel like housing is a good category to jump into. After the pandemic. Yeah. I know during the pandemic, rent became hard to pay. You know, people got evicted.
And the government just gave everybody checks once. And
everybody
like,
checks once.
Yeah, figure out how to make this stretch till...
For 8 months.
For 8 months.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But, yeah, I mean, we're fortunate enough to be living with our parents. So, you know, all the money is kind of consolidated. But, you know, for, like, I know my sister living in Berkeley, she had to get an extension on her. Like her building manager understands the situation, so kind of extended or gave like a leeway for like the rent deadlines. And on top of that, she's also able to work from home, so she kept her job. I'm able to work from home, so you know I'm able to keep my job. I've looked at the employee list for my company, in the recent months, and it's changed quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah. And if you look at downtown Austin, like some of the big restaurants are gone.
Like what?
Like Magnolia.
That's gone?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Because like you close down for months, and some of the restaurants live, rent like
month to month.
Month to month. They make just enough that month to pay off the rent for the next month. Yeah. So when you have to close down for months at a time, nobody can go out to go eat. I heard New York, as restaurants go, has the most diverse. Well, New York and LA, but that's like, it's Angel Island and Ellis Island. Is that right?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to New York. I've never been to LA.
Yeah. Okay. I might completely just New York on the east side, California on the west side. That's where all the immigrants came through, right?
Okay.
To U.S. So as far as food goes in these two locations, it's diverse.
Because all the immigrants.
Yeah. You can basically eat around the world at these two, New York and California. I swear, yeah. I want to spend some, whenever I can. I do want to travel the world, but I do want to spend a substantial amount of time in both these cities just to eat. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, and New York was hit really hard.
Yeah.
Because they are like a hub for travel. A lot of the restaurants closed. So a lot of people were hurt by this pandemic, and hopefully, the United States can recover. How fast, we really don't know.
I mean, we'll recover. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
But it just depends on.
Yeah. I personally, I do think that maybe this has changed the United States just a little bit for the future. Yeah. Some things have been accelerated. Like, for example, I know every time I watch Hulu, there's a commercial for soul cycling at home.
Soul cycling?
Soul cycling.
Like the bicycles that you just ride?
Yeah. So, back in the day, and then for me, my thing was kickboxing. I would go to a kickboxing gym with a whole group of people, and we just work on a bag. And then there's this soul cyclers where it's just a room of bicycles with a person in front, and everybody's just cycling, and the person in front is like super motivating,
and they dictate everything.
Yeah, and so I feel like every time I see that commercial, I wonder if they just took all those bicycles, refurbished them, and now are selling them to people at home. With and then they have like a trainer. It's like a widescreen TV with a trainer, and so you're cycling and watching like a recorded trainer, and that has all moved to homes.
I mean, we're even working from home. That's been accelerated, right?
Yeah.
Just like another thing.
Yeah, so for me, I work in customer service, so I work on emails and phone calls a lot. And now there's 3 of us working in customer service. The office is here in Austin, but the 2 other guys I work with, one's in Dallas and the other one's in San Antonio. So it's not like they can go to the office to work, and that's a long commute. I still go to the office once in a while because I physically need to do like hands-on, for things that come in and whatnot. I need to somebody physically needs to be there to do the work. So I do that, but when I do that, they watch over like incoming emails and stuff. And so now I wonder, like, do I have to, will I give up my office at the office?
Yeah.
Do I just go in, every now and then to get some work done, or am I permanently working from home? Which, to be honest, I don't mind because.
Because we trade more.
Yeah. I mean, I have all my resources here. I have my work computer. I have my editing computer. I have my, a larger screen to keep on my, to keep TradingView up. Before when I used to trade at work. Well, I don't trade at work because it's just, you're there's so many things going on and you're actually working. that I don't want to do TA and stuff like that. But what I would do is I would look at the stocks I like, try to do as much, TA that I could, technical analysis, do as much research, and then know what I wanted to get in and out. And I would put in my orders and stuff before, and then I would just have TradingView open on my laptop while I'm working on my work desktop, just in case anything drastic or something happens that I wasn't anticipating happens, and I need to do something really quick. But it gets really addicting just to watch the graph go up and down all day. I do typically just turn on YouTube and just have white noise on while I'm doing work. But at home it's kind of the same thing. I have my Mac with the double screen and I have my work computer, so I'm multitasking as much as I can. But and I don't mind it because you save on gas. I live 40 minutes outside Austin, so you save on the gas to get to downtown, and it's cheaper when it comes to food because thankfully I still live at home. And my mom cooks, so I don't need to go out.
Asian cultural upbringing is really coming in handy right now, right?
Oh yeah. It's and then it's my parents. So our culture, our culture is from Singapore. And this is also a Singapore culture thing because in Singapore you don't move out until you get married. And even then, when my cousin got married, both her and her husband moved into my uncle's place. So they lived at my uncle's, her father, for 2 years before they actually moved out. Now, we can call that cultural, but it's also back in Singapore. You don't just buy a house or start renting out a house. It's first of all incredibly expensive to even get a HDB flat.
Yeah. So do you want to just explain that real quick? Because the government, they issue, or do they issue you HDB flats, or do you have to buy them? And you don't even buy them. They're leased to you for 99 years.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
so you don't even own anything just because there's so little land in Singapore. Right.
And you can do your own research on this if you're interested. I'm not a Singapore historian. I live here in the United States. I just know what goes on in Singapore because we're your mom's from Singapore. I was born in Singapore. You were born here in the States.
I'm pure. Pure. 100% American.
Right. You're American. I'm a legal alien. But so in Singapore, you do have some homes. You have homes, but they are multi-million-dollar homes because Singapore, being such a small island, there's not a lot of space. So if you want to own a plot of land, you need to be rich as hell, right?
One day.
Yeah. Most people live in HDB flats, which is basically just...
What does HDB stand for?
I don't know. Okay. Let's look it up real quick. We can at least fact check that. Yeah. HDB flats, Singapore. That's not public housing.
Housing and Development Board. Okay.
Housing and Development Board. It's okay. It looks like this. The majority of them.
They're just everywhere in Singapore.
Yeah, they're what Singaporeans like to call them pigeonholes. Yeah, because they're just buildings like this, and everybody and just like Adam said, when you don't actually buy one, you lease it out for 99 years, and after that 99 years,
it goes back to the government, right?
Yes, and most likely the government will demolish the building to build a new one. It's kind of the same thing with cars. In Singapore, you have to buy the permission to purchase a car. That permission only lasts about, I think, 10 years. And at the end of the 10 years, you can either choose to keep the car and pay more for that permission to keep that car, or you can scrap the car.
Oh, and get a new one.
The reason for that is because Singapore wants newer cars in the city. Newer cars have better emissions, right? And with the market going EV, they will probably try to phase out all.
They can make that switch really fast then, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They can they can subsidize or give incentives to buy EV cars, and then slowly in the next decade phase out all the petroleum cars. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But these are HDB flats, and so you can imagine if you want one, right? You either have to find a vacant one, or you have to wait until an entire building is built before moving into it. And then that's what my cousin did. The 2 years that they, the 2 years that they were living with her, that my cousin and her husband was living with her father, they were waiting for their building to get built. And so in our culture, it's very common that we live with our families until we're married and can go. Yeah. Like here in the United States,
it's like you're 18, you're out, right?
Yeah,
like that's like the common thing,
that's the most common thing. Yeah. And so all my friends are all weirded out why I still live with my parents, but I'm like, I'm unmarried, you know.
Save that money, man.
Yeah, exactly. And so if I were to get married though, and I live here in the United States, I would just go out and buy a house, you know. But that's not likely in Singapore. Yeah, this is just basically Singapore. This is the less attractive, this is normal Singapore. This isn't like all the shiny. This
stuff
isn't fancy. This isn't fancy
stuff,
Singapore. If you want to go fancy Singapore, you go Orchard Road, Singapore.
Also,
This is what Singapore puts in the out in the news and stuff. This is
Singapore Garden.
This is all fancy Singapore right here.
Yeah.
Or not Orchard Road, but you go Marina Bay. This is what a lot of people know Singapore for.
Marina Bay Sands,
the
I remember when they built that.
Yeah. They put this. It's a casino / hotel. There's a merlion. This right here, if you guys see this, it looks like a hand or a peeled fruit or something like that. That is the largest Louis Vuitton store in Southeast Asia.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy right there. But yeah, this is the gardens.
Yeah.
This is fancy Singapore. Normal Singapore, suburban
HDB,
Singapore.
Just the eyes can see. As far as the eyes can see.
Yeah, this is everyday Singapore. Yeah.
All right, long enough tangent. Let's get back.
Tangent.
EVs.
Okay.
Speaking of EVs, switchback. We gotta talk about switchback.
Yeah. Our last stock right here is SBE. SBE is one of my favorites. This is the less we have the least amount of shares of this just because of the price, but switchback tactical. I was gonna say technical.
Acquisition.
Yeah. Switchback Energy Acquisition Corp. Now they're merging with the company that makes charging ports.
What's the company that makes charging ports?
Can't remember what they're called.
Okay.
Start with a C. But I mean, it doesn't matter because that company is this company now. Yeah. Okay. So electric cars, right? In my personal portfolio, I have plug and F-cell components of an electric car. If we go back to the green list and look at Tesla right now, is it gonna break my heart?
It's gonna break your heart. It's 599.
600. Okay. Now the only reason I'm groaning is because when Tesla was $400, and this was before their.
This was after the split, right?
This is after the split, but before the S&P.
Oh, okay. Oh, the addition to the S&P.
Yeah. So after the split, before the S&P, I was heavily considering just buying at least one share of Tesla, just so I can have one share and see how it goes. But $400, I had it in other stocks at the time, so I decided against it. And then Tesla, as you know, got.
Tesla just keeps going up, man.
Yeah, it just you can't beat it down.
Hold on, let's zoom out.
No. Go to the 4 month.
Oh.
Yeah. Go to the day. Go to the day.
It's
yeah.
Just
Yeah, it will not die.
When will this go down? It's
Yeah.
just like...
Yeah, there are so many parts right here. Like, of course it had its correction. 1, 2, right?
Okay.
It had its correction. But you look at that and it's like Tesla is just not gonna die. And to be honest with you, I'm glad. Tesla, I mean, you know, you can say that Tesla, Boring, and SpaceX are basically all the same company. They're...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, headed by Elon Musk. So they have like the same mission statement, basically. You know, they're all on transportation.
Like moving humanity forward into the future.
Exactly. And
stuff.
so I'm really into that. You know, it's all electric cars. I don't know if I'll ever own an electric car in my lifetime, but
I think we will. I think it'll come faster sooner than you think.
I think the option 2 will come faster, but
Okay.
I am still I'm just that guy that likes to sniff gasoline and likes to hear, you know, the explosions in an engine.
In a combustion engine. Okay,
Yeah. I mean, unless music goes away in a direction where it's just like, you know, I might just get really big into like some heavy bass music and just blast that in a Tesla just to hear the booms.
Oh, okay.
You know, but you know, I like exhaust notes and the smell of just like gasoline and like really explosive stuff like gunpowder. It's just, I don't know. It's just I can sniff that stuff all day. Like engine oil. It's just I can. Yeah, that grease. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's unhealthy. It's, you know, probably kill me one day. But I'm just that type of guy, and I don't know if I'll ever buy an electric car unless I had just like the money sitting there for it, you know. Like,
well, when this goes to, you know, this portfolio's hopefully when it's just huge, right? Then you can just take some out and buy your little.
Yeah, I mean, like for an everyday car, you know, for like just to get to point A to point B. If I had just like, if I was some millionaire and, you know, Tesla's like, you know, 40K for 40 grand.
Yeah, you buy one.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'll get a Tesla to get me around town. But you know, I looked at like what's that motorcycle brand? Did I save it? Style, what was it? I don't think I did. I was waiting for.
Was it this one?
Zero. Yeah. So, I've been really itching to get back onto a motorcycle, and I considered getting one of these guys. It's a fully electric motorcycle. You know, I don't know if I ever could. It's part of riding a motorcycle is to hear that zoom.
Yeah.
That you know.
Yeah. Anyway, switch back. Let's get back on topic.
Yeah, switch back. Actually, you know, let me go to the red list and let me see if that's publicly traded. No, it's not. Well, if it does, you know, it's IPO, I might buy into that. Zero Motorcycles.
Yeah, we should look into any other upcoming IPOs.
Yeah.
See what's up.
Switchback, it is up right now. Up after the correction. Oh, let's zoom in back on 30 minutes. So, Monday, like we were saying, the whole beginning of this week has just been bad. Well, I think this was December 1st, yeah. So, 30th November, right here, December 1st, Tuesday. It's on the way down. We caught it back on the way up. Because I wanted to make sure that this was on its way up, you know. So it broke its resistance, and it's now
bounced
cruising.
back.
Yeah, it's now bounced
So
back.
we actually got in at a pretty good point.
I'd say so. Yeah, and depending on what the market does on Monday, we might get 5 more shares, which is really great. But with cars going electric, you need the infrastructure to also go electric. You know what I mean? People
like all the charging ports.
Yeah. People like to travel,
stations.
and you need like, you know, there's tons of gas stations in the country, but you also need tons of charging ports in the country, if you wanted to go electric. So if these guys are the top dogs in the electric charger business, I think.
Oh, and then they'll supply literally everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, like, this is back in November, and they've already popped up this much.
What would they used to be at? 17?
Yeah.
Oh, they almost tripled the price.
I heard about it when it was 17.
When'd you buy it?
I never did.
Oh!
Yeah. I heard about it when it was $17.
Oh,
right?
man.
I heard about it when it was $17, and I was like, man, this would.
All right, hey. What's something you've heard about now, right? Like.
Well, we're in what I've heard about now.
Oh, okay.
Carnival,
okay.
100%. We don't have Delta, but Delta's a bit too expensive for us.
No, but it's just like if we can find like more switchbacks and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
that's the goal.
Right. Now the on a personal side, I'm in these top 3 right now. Just Plug, F-Cell, Neo. The reason I wasn't in Switchback was because Plug, F-Cell was both going up, and I didn't want to sell these guys on the uptrend for a company I didn't know too much about back then.
Oh, okay.
Solo is another one I'm interested about, but it took the correction a lot harder than the other stocks. I heard about I actually purchased Solo back when it was like $7.
It's back to $7.
And now it's back to $7. But I sold it like shortly after I bought it, because I bought it over here.
Uh-huh.
And so I made a little bit of profit, but then I sold it. I sold it before this, and I got really mad.
Oh.
But I put the money back into F-Cell, and F-Cell did really well also. Anyway, so no matter which stock I was in, I felt like I was going to do well. But the difference is, after the correction, how fast would the stock bounce back up? And Solo, unfortunately, is one of the stocks that hasn't bounced yet.
Uh-huh.
So it's still on this downtrend. Hopefully it will recover. And then maybe, you see, like, the daily is under, the weekly under, the
So
monthly,
probably bounce back up to 9 maybe then.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
So I was in the stock. I got out, missed this, but also was saved from this.
Yeah.
Fisker is another one. You told me about Fisker. Your dad told you about it.
Yeah.
When your dad told you about it. We saw it back when it was 15, 17.
Yeah, and then it just jumped.
And then it just jumped, and I told you about it and be like, damn. This was back before we even had the account set up, so we couldn't even buy Fisker. But when we had money in the account, it was on a downtrend.
Yeah.
So maybe right now is a good time to buy
Fisker?
Yeah, Fisker, but we would have to give up.
I'd say we'd buy Fisker after we sell one of our 3. I think 3 is just a good
Yeah.
split.
If
stocks, right?
Yeah, if HBP if HBP does something we don't like after this,
Uh-huh.
I would put all of what we had in HBP into
Into
Fisker.
Okay.
Yeah. Depending whether or not Fisker has jumped yet. Like
Okay.
if it's still moving sideways, then if it's still going sideways, I'd sell HBP to get Fisker. If it jumped up, I might wait until the next correction before buying into Fisker.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other stocks that I'm watching, but these are like, you have to have a persuadable moral compass for these couple of stocks. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it out there, but there's LLCA, the Lencadia Holdings. How do you
Lencadia?
Lencadia Holdings.
What do they do?
They are merging with or bought the Golden Nugget.
Well, what's the Golden Nugget?
They do gambling.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
Yeah. That's
That's a no for me. Yeah.
Bitcoin. Wow, Bitcoin's back up to 19.
Yeah.
Well, it went down here for a little bit. Workhorse, KOD, Sunrun, Sunrun is still also took a hit during that correction. But I might.
Man, I like how we made like 3 different portfolios, and then like in like previous episodes, and then we just completely just ignore our own advice.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then we just.
Yeah. Dang, dude! You know what?
What?
We slept on GameStop.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, the PS5 is really hard to get. I heard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because like apparently people have been like buying a bunch of it to try to scalp it.
Ooh.
Right. And they sold
Some
it
people
out,
are
right?
jerks, man.
Yeah. Well, honestly though, just like literally, if you just want to defeat scalpers, just wait.
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and then they'll be sitting on all that inventory, and then they'll be losing so much money, and then.
They'll have to meet the price.
Yeah, they have all the supply. Just don't give them to the demand. Right?
Exactly.
That's it. Just don't play their game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna get. Man, I wish. First of all, I wish I even, like, I want a PlayStation 5 or a gaming computer, but there is, number one is all my money is in stocks right now, and I really don't want to take it out to buy something, and then second, like, I have literally no time in the day. The last couple of weeks, we're almost over now.
Shoot, it's already 1:37.
Yeah, it's we're at 56 minutes, so we can close out. But we've been missing the last couple of weeks, but Adam and I have seen each other basically every day for the last 2 weeks because we started working out.
Yep.
Yeah, we started working out.
Gym buddies.
Yeah, gym buddies. We're alternating running and gym time, and so we're running three times a week, and we're going to the gym 3 times a week. We had leg day just yesterday, and I really shouldn't be crossing my legs, but this is how I sit in my chair anyway. Legs and butt really sore today. But back to what I was saying about my schedule is like, I wake up in the morning and I almost, I clock into work at like 9, and I work from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, and then have lunch, dinners in between. I try to do my trading. I try to do some editing during the day, and then I basically let myself chill from like 6 to whenever Adam gets here.
Yeah, I normally show up around 7.
Yeah.
So it's like an hour of break time.
Yeah, an hour of break time, and then
we work out.
And then we work out, and we. I mean, whether we're running or we're going to the gym, we get done.
8:20, 8:30.
Yeah, in an hour-ish. Dinner time. And then I try to work just a little bit more, and I try to get to bed by 12. And so, like, at no point during that time...
Yeah, are you just free enough to play the games?
Yeah, exactly. And so, it's like... Just a bummer, man.
When we're rich, you'll have more time.
Right. When we're making everything, when we're making just completely passive income, I'll become a gamer. But right now, it's just
it's not feasible.
Yeah, it's just you just gotta work. I have like 3 jobs right now, technically.
Yeah.
9 to 5, investing in photography.
Oof.
Yeah.
Hustle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you want to be greedy, you have to be hardworking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we should wrap it up there.
Yeah.
I mean.
Welcome back, I guess.
Yep. See y'all next week.
And we see y'all next week. Please don't take any of what we're doing as advice. All the stocks, these 3 stocks that we just mentioned, might just tank next week. Please do your research before, investing yourself.
If we screw this up, it's not our fault. But if we do make it, it's us.
It's all us.
It's all us.
We are up $12.42. Like, that's more money than we had last week. Thanks again for listening and watching, and have an awesome week.
Yeah.
This is going to be posted tomorrow, so they'll see it during the weekday. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Bye.